Hey. Hello, boys and ghouls. Welcome to the very first episode of Vault of Horror Collectors. My name is Jason. Today, we're going into the Vault of Horror Collector Patrick Hearty. Greetings, Patrick.
Hey, how you doing? Greetings to all
Good.
the vaults out, the vault dwellers out there, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's kind of the working name. I kind of like the EC Comics tie-in, but we've done plenty of Blank of the Crypt stuff, so switching it up. But, I like the Vault idea with you and all the other collectors out there.
Yeah, very cool.
So let's just start off with ask you a couple questions before we dive into everything.
Sure,
so where are you from?
I am actually in the Annapolis area, like just outside of Annapolis. Most people familiar with the Naval Academy, the DC area, basically.
Nice.
I'm as far away from Hollywood as most people can get. Do you know?
Right. So how did you get into collecting?
All right. So when I was a kid, I was really into comics. I think, like most kids, right? So I was like really heavily into comic books, and then that kind of like and movies. And as things kind of went along, I was like, oh well, I can get replicas of this stuff, like so. I see this thing in this movie that, and I'm fascinated by it, so I have to have it, right? So I get a replica made, or I make a replica myself, or that sort of thing. And then and as things kind of went along, I realized, well, for about the same price or an effort I'm putting into a replica, I can own the real thing. So I went about doing it that way. Now that's the way it used to be. It's not that way anymore.
Right. But, I think that's how many people start, but I think you've taken it to another level.
So, and like anything, if you can't be married to anything, you have to be willing to sell it, and you grow, over time. So like, divested out of replicas. I still have some here and there. And basically I'm on full bore. I only collect screen used, production made items now. Pretty much exclusively.
That's awesome. What was the first screen used item you ever purchased?
That's hard to remember. I want to say it was this guy right here.
Ah, okay.
That's a crowd version of the V for Vendetta mask. So not the fiberglass hero, but that is a resin version that they had at the end where all they came out to the crowd.
Right.
So
that's such an underappreciated movie.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's definitely iconic in a political sense now too, right?
They take a whole nother life.
Right. So like when I initially got that purchase for me was like, oh wow, I'm spending a lot of money, because at the time it was pretty costly. I mean, now they're stupid expensive, but at the time it was pretty costly, and I was like, wow, I know it's going to gain value because of the political implications with Anonymous and all that crap. So I was like, oh well, so I can't really lose on that one.
Right.
And I didn't, but it kind of grew from there. Then it was, the floodgates were open, as it were.
Nice.
A lot of people call me one of the most active collectors they know. I don't know if that's really true, but I'm pretty active.
I mean, the goal of the show is to get many other collectors on, so we can do some comparisons eventually. All right. Well, let's dive into the tour. I've got more questions. I'll save those for later, but I'm gonna I'm gonna pin you, so the floor is yours.
All right. Starts off at the opening of the dungeon here. It goes down into essentially my basement. We've got a flag here from Vikings, shield from Vikings as well. The halberd here, the top one here is actually a replica. That's a lot of people recognize that from Dragon Slayer. This is from the Seventh Son, kind of a not particularly great movie, but yeah, it's a hero just the same. Sometimes we take what we can get, you know what I mean? Okay, so we got Jesse, Preacher.
Nice.
Cassidy from Preacher.
Nice.
We got some autographed items back here. Killjoys, people are familiar from that from sci-fi. The Ravens actually from Altered Carbon. The guns are Suicide Squad.
Oh, cool.
Along the lines.
The newer one or the older one?
This is actually the original Suicide Squad. So this is Rick Flag's rifle up top here, and this is GQ Edwards' rifle. That was Clint Eastwood's son. And some of the foodstuffs back here from the Expanse. It just kind of goes on from there. We have stuff from this is Lost in Space, The Purge, the television show. This is Battlestar Galactica. The Bat is from the Batcave. Batman Begins, I believe.
Oh wow.
The Knife, Resident Evil, Afterlife. The leg here is the silicone leg from Fresh.
Oh wow.
That was out on Hulu pretty recently.
Yeah, that was really recent. That was a really good movie.
Yeah. He's really cool. It's one of my favorites. Even though, God, movies suck, but we take what we can get, right? The gun's actually from Killjoys. This guy here. We're moving right along. Still a big comic fan and in your repertoire, I guess. Light cycle baton. This is from the new Watchmen series.
Oh, cool.
Lady True.
Lady True, yeah.
Yeah. Got up here. We've got a Reaver Battle Ax from Serenity. This is from the Expanse series station. Hand from Amazing Spider-Man. So that's pretty cool. It has the built-in LEDs in the actual hand. It's made of silicone. Very cool. Let's see. We have the skull. I believe is from. It was from the Netflix series. I want to see. The Chosen. Is that right? I don't know. It was the one with the vampires, the university. Not particularly great show, but.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. The bat is Sam's bat from Van Helsing.
Oh, cool.
Let me get back into this mess. We have the axe up here is Rollo's axe from Vikings. The hand is Athelston's hand from Vikings, along with his cross. This axe is actually a reproduction. The gun here is from Gamer.
Okay.
So might recognize that one. The gut wound here, if we get it in there, so you can see it very well.
Oh, yeah.
The gut wound here is actually from The Shape of Water. That's from the finale of The Shape of Water.
Oh
yeah. Then you have the horns here. That's the new Hellboy. And that's the new Right Hand of Doom. This is the animatronic primary.
Oh wow.
Screen match that one to the scene where they ask him what his hand does, and he says it smashes things. That's the one that closes on screen. Cool. Back here is the famous meme bunny, basically the Hell Bunny from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. We continue on here. We got the puppet from Men in Black.
Nice.
The worm guy.
Yeah.
He's fully functional puppet. Although you dare not move him. He's pretty old at this point. Yeah. This guy, he's the devil from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Wow. Only one of these was made. It's actually his muscle suit. The gloves themselves are from the film, and the mask, the red suit itself, is a replica that's a lost to time sort of thing. Down we have this was a prototype tunic for the ancient one for Doctor Strange. Then we have some screen match items from the Punisher. It's like a tactical vest, helmet, that sort of thing. This is Chernobog's hammer from American Gods.
Oh, cool.
This is, a lot of people will recognize this beautiful item here. This is, if I can get it on camera there. There we go. This is the sword from Hellboy 2.
Oh, yeah.
Prince Nuada's sword. And of course, that's the Butcher Guards and Hellboy himself. Hellboy's almost complete. I don't have the clothes are all actual replicas, so I need the leather glove. I need the pants, the boots, the belt, gun belt, and gun. But if it's red, it's real. So it's the real White Hand doing real bodysuit, real horns. It's all legit. I'm just short a couple pieces there. So if you have one out there, feel free to please contact, especially that left glove. I really need that thing. Let's see. I have this guy up here. He's one of my favorites. This is from Your Highness. This was the trophy Cyclops.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's very cool. He's animatronic too. I don't think he actually moves in the film, but super cool piece nonetheless. I've never actually seen him move here, but there are motors in there. Okay, then we have this guy. Am I moving too fast? Let me know.
Sorry, I saw a Terminator head back there. Is that
okay? That's a replica.
Okay.
Just put it out on me there. There we go. Yeah, that particular one is a replica.
Okay.
But
cool.
Because I don't want you to be disappointed, this one is not. This is the CGI Scanning Head from Terminator
cool.
3.
Very cool.
He's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Let's see, back to where we were here. Okay. Yeah, on this side of the room we have the cane sword is actually from The Gifted.
Mm-hmm.
Moving right along here, the gun up here. This is the gun from Hammer Industries used on Luke Cage in the Luke Cage series. This guy, some people may recognize him. This is Samael the Desolate one. This is the #1 primary head used in Hellboy, along with Abe Sapien's feet, his left hand. The shell is actually from Big Baby. I'm a big cool Hellboy fan.
Yeah, I can tell. I was gonna say you're a big Hellboy fan.
Yeah. This lovely lady was made by Bill Terzakis, and I got it at the auction when his estate auction. It was made for a show called National Parks. I don't think it ever got off the ground, to be honest with you. But she's spectacular.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love her. I keep her around. The hand here is from The Strain. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's come back to this side of the room here for a second. We have let's see. We have guns from The Expanse. Crew hats from The Expanse. The head is unknown. So if anybody knows, I'm all ears. Unknown horror film. It's a trisected head. Moving right along. Let's see. We have this is a replica. The pistol itself is a replica. The statue is made by Weta Workshop, but the knife here is actually from Tomb Raider, the most recent one with Alicia Vikander.
Mm-hmm.
The necklace is from Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, that's how we got connected. So let's get a zoom in on that for our friends. So that's from Judy, You're Not Yourself Today. So, but it looks like it's missing the main crystal that was attached, but that's the necklace that kind of transforms.
If that's the one, I think it's actually the one she's wearing there in the image. If you can see that.
Yeah, but there's it's supposed to be a big jewel on the end, I think.
Yeah. I follow you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
That's still really cool.
Okay, and this one's actually this was made by Weta Workshop. These were there were 10 of them, I believe. They were given out at the IMAX premiere for Ghost in the Shell.
Okay. It's
kind of an interesting piece. Just
what are those mouthpieces?
All right, now let's get into those. Okay, so these are teeth that were made for Neil Patrick Harris as Count Olaf. So I have this is the captain's teeth. This is I believe Detective Dupree, and these are Gunther, the auctioneer's teeth.
Cool.
Really cool set. Let's see. This guy's pretty neat. Future Man. I don't know if you saw Future Man on Hulu, but this is the personal suicide kit from that. It's kind of fun. This guy is the helmet itself is a replica by Sideshow. This, however, the soft part is not. That is actually real. Nice. Cronin's balaclava. I have his suit too, but I don't have a complete, so I actually don't have them out. You got the claws from Wolverine. These are from the Origins film, along with Sabretooth's claws.
Cool.
Those are a hero set. And then we have Watchmen. So this is Ozymandias, basically. This guy is actually just a gift for my daughter. This is not actually a collectible back there, but this one is Altered Carbon. This is from the Naked Sword fight at the end, and this is also Raylene's Envoy scarf from the same title. Up here, tucked away, we have some books from. These are from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch.
Cool.
The Chilling Adventures of, actually. Then we have this guy up here. We have this. He's Wolf Cop. So you got Wolf Cop's badge. This is the cultist mask from the very beginning of Wolf Cop.
That's awesome.
We have this is Army of the Dead. Zack Snyder. Dawn of the Dead, the remake. Resident Evil. This one is Apocalypse. I believe this is not. Yeah, I believe it's right. No, Afterlife. I'm sorry. This one's Afterlife. This is the first appearance mask for Iron Fist on the Netflix series Iron Fist. This is Emil Blonsky's Night Vision from the Hulk. Cool. So that's Abomination's Night Vision. The collar itself is a mutant inhibitor collar from the show The Gifted. This mask was an unused one that was used or was made for Ghost in the Shell. This is also the same show that Skull goes to. I want to say it's. I don't have a tough time. I'll come up with that one. We'll have to circle back to me on that one. I'll let you know. Right. So, we have Elita, Battle Angel. This is a replica made for Preacher. That guy's actually real back there. This guy, this is the only neomorph that I'm sorry, this is the protomorph, I believe, from Covenant. It's the only one out in the wild that's privately owned.
Can you give us a push-in on that?
Yeah.
Let's see the detail. Yeah. Wow. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's very neat. It's like I believe a production used lower, well, production used upper and made lower, but they're mated together. I guess kind of have to live with it because it's the only one that's out there.
Right. So I'm thinking back to the movie. So that's for Covenant. So there's like those scenes on the ship where like they're in the shower and stuff, and the head kind of pops out.
Exactly. And I have a neomorph that I just have yet to receive. I'm expecting him, I don't know, sometime next week or the week after. But also that way I'll have both from that franchise. Let's see. Okay, moving right along. Yes. Yeah. Punisher. Nice. Mask is Punisher. The whole works here. It's all Netflix. The Punisher. It's one of the very rare full complete ones. Unfortunately, no skull. You know, we take what we can get, right? This guy. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna get up here. Yeah, this guy. He is, I believe, Sam. After he's been beat to death from Van Helsing. That's Sam's tongue and finger necklace from Van Helsing. This guy, most people know him. The Piranha. This is actually the juvenile Piranha here. It had a weight in the front that likes to like swim. It's really cool. And then we have the eggs for Piranha. This leg here, this bug leg, is actually interesting. The molds were Starship Troopers. So this was the bug that they dissected in the class in Starship Trooper.
Cool.
But they just reused the mold, and this piece is actually from the Thing. So when they made the prequel for the Thing, they reused the molds for the bug legs and incorporated into the Thing. And then this guy, a lot of people are familiar with, the Collector. That's horror fans anyway, right? This is actually from the Collector 3, which shut down production over the pandemic. They were like 450,000 short. Anybody, feel free to correct me on some of this information from off. But yeah, 450K short, I believe, and they had to shut down production on it, unfortunately. It was going to be called The Collection, I think. Anyway,
yeah, I think the second one's Collection. I forgot, I can't remember. Well, but yeah, I remember reading about that.
You're right. The Collection, no, Collected. I think it's the
Collected. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, and then moving right along, here we have this guy. This guy is from the TV. It was the Marvel television series. I'm drawing a blank again. This one's from the horror series they had on Hulu.
Yeah, the gift, not the Gifted though, not the New Mutants.
It was I want to say
Hulu Marvel,
not Van Helsing. It was the
Hellstorm.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So yeah, that's the primary. That's your primary skull prop from Hellstorm, the demon skull. Very cool piece.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has been recreated by Sideshow, I believe. They were sold as I guess like concepts for Alien. I think it's Alien 4, but this is the one that's done by Jordu Shell. This is the original. Spectacular piece. Let's love that pose, man.
Yeah.
That the gunslinger alien.
Mm-hmm.
And moving right along to this guy.
I always find it interesting when they show the alien's feet.
Yeah.
It's always interesting, different takes people have on it.
He's like he's spectacular. I think I just love that gait he has. Mm-hmm. Spectacular. Anyway, this guy, Greg Nicotero, The Walking Dead. Nice. It's one of the background zombies from that. And then we come down here. So this is for Alien. This is kind of a famous piece. This is from Alien 3. So this is the hissing tongue that comes out of Ripley's face. I guess she's in the clinic. And it, like, when it gets up in her face and the animatronic comes
towards
comes
her
out
face
and like snaps in her face,
Yeah, the one from the famous shot that in all the promos,
all the trailers or whatever. She's got her face turned sideways. Yeah, so that's the one.
All right, how much did that one cost? Because that's a really iconic piece.
I paid.
If you're comfortable talking prices.
No, that's fine. I think I paid $3,000 for it. I think. Because
that was all over the place back in the day.
Yeah. It's a really, really cool piece. And there was only one made, so that is the one and only. Then we have this is a colonist from Covenant. From the drawers in the end or whatever. Then we come down here. So Dracula. Yeah. This was Dracula with what was it? Was it more of that title? It was one with Luke Evans. Was it?
Is it Dracula Untold?
Yeah, I think it's Untold. I think you're correct. Yeah, so that's Dracula Untold. The actual collar, though, is Prince Nuada's collar from Hellboy 2, actually. The arm here is also it's arm wound from The Shape of Water.
Okay.
Very cool piece. It has the hookup still for the blood to run out of the cuts. Very cool. One of the few that actually matches me. That's kind of rare. And this is a replica MIB piece. But not to be outdone, I do have some real MIB pieces, so let's do that.
Okay, but for replica, that looks really cool.
Yeah, he's really cool, but he ain't real. So we have this guy. Nice. This is the obvious the agent sidearm. This is a background version, so it lacks all the luster, And then we have Alien #1 in my collection. He's pretty spectacular. I don't think this guy was ever used. He was made, I think, for 3, I think. Men in Black 3. And then we come down to this guy. This is your first contact alien. He's one of my favorites, though, from MIB. And I have his hands as well.
Oh, yeah, they come out and he gives them a little flower.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. My phone's acting goofy. There we go. Sorry.
There we go.
So the hands are spectacular too. Obviously made for a woman. I couldn't put them on. They're very small. And then we come down to this guy. This is Demon Infantry from Sucker Punch.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's pretty neat, and it's a hero. So it's like it's got like the nice helmet on it and all that. Next door here, we have. This is the sculpt was done originally by Vlad Tepes for Interview with a Vampire. So this is the neck slitting scene with Tom Cruise. This is actually a copy that was made from his piece. So I don't believe it tracks back to original. I think that actually may be a later copy that was produced after production. Mm-hmm. The hands are Hellraiser Judgment. Okay. So these have screen matched to the scene where the detectives are looking at all the kids' hands on the monkey bars, the gym set. So that's one of the sets of hands that are there. The teeth are from True Blood. Mm-hmm. You can catch those if you can see them or not.
Yeah.
And actually, the coffin is actually a miniature that was used in Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, cool.
And that's a model that I built. That's not really
that's cool.
It's interesting, I guess. But and we have this guy. This guy is this is the security drone robots from Elysium. Okay. So when they try to kill the guy in the shuttle, they shoot down his shuttle, and then he sends the 2 security robots. This is what they're carrying. The knife in the background there is from the scene where Iron Fist's dad is killed in Iron Fist, the end of season 1. And then this is one of the Morlock bears from The Gifted, from one of the little kid mutants. And then once again, we're back to we covered that one. Then we have this guy. This is Sir Anthony Hopkins' stuntman. Dave Garrick wore this for in his stead, basically at the end of the Wolfman. It's actually a leather reinforced mask. It's really, really, really cool. I guess to help it keep it shape with heat or whatever. But the inside of it's all lined with leather. Really neat piece. And then we have this guy. His unused burn mask from Hollow Man. He's pretty spectacular too. I'm like,
that's cool.
I have a complete Hollow Man tucked away. Like I have his scrubs and everything.
Oh, really?
I had set up at one time, but I can't. I have too much, man. I can't keep it all out. This is one that most people usually flip over. This is like, as far as I know, the only one that is actually in private ownership. The prototype Green Goblin from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man series.
That's so cool.
Yeah, people usually lose their minds when they see this. Probably the one piece I have that everybody loves, like universally. But we win some, we lose some, right? You can't all be amazing, I guess, right? Then we have back here, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you can see back there. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's the security guards at the prison. That's their wrist comms or whatever. Okay. Then that's Jessica Jones, I Have No Spleen ID. And then that's her ID. There's a knife back there that belonged to Polaris from The Gifted. And then we have Stella Olsen's hat, badge, and ID. I love this piece from 30 Days a Night.
Nice.
Amazing. Love that one. So we have this guy's a screen matched Starfish from the Hulk. And then The Thing, Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four.
Very cool.
Keep on trucking along here. We have Samara. So this was made by Rick Baker. Unused for the film, but
so from The Ring?
Yeah, it is complete. Super cool piece.
That's really creepy. Like I wouldn't want that in my house. Everything else is
really
okay,
cool.
but the little girl.
Okay, and then from, I believe the film is called Sunshine. This is Michelle Yeoh's head from the body from the end of that. The head got recovered. The body was garbage, basically, on that particular one. I ended up with the head. This is another casting from Elita, Battle Angel. The glasses were used also in that Welcome to Iron City event that they did for Elita. And the script is an autograph script that actually belongs to my wife. My wife's a big Leprechaun fan.
Nice.
Tarzan in the Lost City, I believe is the name of this film. I just wanted a name, man. I didn't really care. Yeah. Let's see. This is another one of my favorites. This is Nisa's collar from Blade.
Cool.
Blade 2. This head is made by Alex Kurtzman. Robert Kurtzman. He made for his film Rage. It's kind of a gnarly looking thing. The guy loses his head. Loses his head to a bird. Interesting though. And of course, everybody knows Army of Darkness. This is one of my Deadites. There's one there, cool. And then we have this young lady here. Most spectacular pieces. This piece is actually interesting because it's a reverse head rig. So the idea is you wear this on your back, and the head is spun around, so the actress would run backwards, and the head kind of bobbles around. And the idea is that you get that image of the actor with the head spun around, like maybe if you spin around in an attack or something. I don't exactly remember how they used it. And it was one of the attacks in his trailer. Okay, and this guy. So this guy here is a future war soldier from Terminator Dark Fate, the most recent one. So I just recently acquired him from the auction. And actually, this was the harder part to find, was the actual future war rifle. That took me a minute. Let me come around to this guy. This is Cassie Shepard's Bear Death costume from Annihilation. I actually have Cassie Shepard's death costume, and I have the doctor's hazmat suit from the interview. So I actually have the photo double version of that. So I have I think I have the only complete hazmat suit from that film, from the interview part of that film. This lovely lady here, she's great. Goosebumps 2.
Okay.
Very, very not particularly memorable, but you gotta have a mummy in your collection, right?
Right.
You gotta have one.
You gotta have the ape. You gotta have a mummy. You gotta have a Wolfman.
Yeah, so sometimes for me, believe it or not, sometimes I don't have that. I really like to have an example of that. So I will actually buy that. So like the gut wound from Shape of Water. I didn't have a gut wound, so I was like, I'm gonna buy it because I don't have them. My friends are like, oh, you're gonna be married to that thing. You'll never be able to sell it or whatever. But it doesn't matter to me as long as I have a gut wound in my collection, Let's see. Then we have this guy who is pretty famous. This is, I believe, one of 12 Dredd helmets that were made for the film. Mine's one of the examples that was made in South Africa, I believe. This guy, Big Daddy from Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
This is a soft jaw version worn by Nick Cage. Then we come up here. If you can catch all that, there's a bit going on in there. We have Chappie's hand. This is Spider's cane. And over here is actually his leg brace from Elysium. We have the chem rail and the melted chem rail from Elysium. That's Max DaCosta's hospital band up there. We have currency from both Chappie and Elysium. Over here, up top here, this is the Himiko statue from Tomb Raider, the Alyssa Vikander version. And staying back to Elysium, there we have the Meprodol prescription that Max was given. This is one of the hand grenades. As I said, that's Spider's leg brace. And then we go into other titles. We have, I believe that's Killjoys. It's like a detonator from Killjoys, ear from Killjoys. That is the flute from Leprechaun in the Hood. I don't know how many. I don't know how many they actually made, but that is one of them.
Like, can we get pushed on that? That feels.
Yeah.
That's. Well, there you go. Cool.
The flute. I don't know if you get a good shot of it there or not.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and then we have this is actually the drain from Altered Carbon. That's actually the second season from the AI Hotel. Knife from Altered Carbon, keys from Altered Carbon. You have the stacks and the gun. The only thing that isn't Altered Carbon there is, I guess, this detective ID, which is most people when they recognize, okay, that's Robocop.
Oh, okay. Let's get wait. I want to push on that.
Oh, this guy.
Another badge. Let's see the badge, and then yeah. So that screen used from RoboCop.
Yep, that's a detective badge. And then you come up here. That is one of the Dimensional Gateway panel discs. Core panel.
Okay.
From Event Horizon.
I love Event Horizon. That's really cool.
Yeah. One of my favorites. It's an excellent film. And then this whole case here is actually Ghost in the Shell. You have this is one of the assassin briefcases where the weapon pops out of the briefcase. You got Huffer drug canisters, basically. Huffer mask. I've got some robotic arms, some other weapons and stuff from that. Come down here, we got more Dredd items. I have the Hall of Justice control room earpiece. And then up here I have some prototypes and a badge actually from Dredd. Some of the prototypes are actually from the other Dredd. So that's kind of a mixed bag. This set here is Watchmen. So that's Night Owl. And then up here we have original Watchmen comedian's badge with the blood on it. And very cool. And then the comedian's pistol. The comedian's pistol is actually a replica. It was made by an airsoft company or something. And we we're getting to basically replicas. These were made by Ironhead Studios, who's done a lot of the recent. You guys probably know, like, Batman and like a lot of the recent superhero stuff is Ironhead Studios. That's like one of their own things. I got the helmet from Hercules. That's the Seventh Son up there. That's actually a metal hero up there. As we come around here, we come into like some of my absolute favorite stuff. Here we have Blade Runner. So that's a piece of the Hades landscape from the opening.
Okay.
Then we come around and we have, of course, the V for Vendetta piece I already showed you. And then down here, we have an original Warriors patch.
Oh, wow.
From what is an absolute classic.
Right.
Then we have Gruagosh from Hellboy. That's the newer one, the David Harbour one. This is Wolfcop's hand and badge.
I need to watch Wolfcop again. That's such a fun movie.
Yeah, I love that one, man. Then we have this lovely piece. This is also from The Thing. This is after it was burnt up in the snow.
Okay.
We'll come around here. We have so this guy, this is a kaiju sample case this was actually a crew gift for Pacific Rim.
Right, very cool.
So examples, different pieces or whatever. And then back behind that we have Death's Arms from Hellboy 2.
Okay, for a second I thought it was the back end.
Looks like an ass on the wall, right? But we do what we can do, you know?
Yeah, you get what you get.
Yeah, I gotta come up with some kind of better plan for that. I just don't have one yet. We have Joshua Gahn's pit crew. That's the uniform from Elita Battle Angel. And the samurai here is actually a little bit of a mixed bag. He is almost all from Heroes, from the stuff where they're like sent back in time. But the actual breastplate is actually from the Fire Nation from Last
Avatar.
Airbender. Yeah. So I just got it because I needed to fill it. You know, I wanted to look a little more complete. Let's see. I think that covers a lot of what's here, man. I these guys up here. So we can get to those. So we have currency from Serenity.
Mm-hmm.
We come around here. The mask itself is from Manchurian Candidate.
Mm-hmm.
True Blood. The fangs are from True Blood. The gnarlier fangs up there are actually from Van Helsing. Actually see all that. And then there's the knife is actually Van Helsing. The deck of cards is from American Gods. Then we have the badge and stand. This is Scream Match Piranha from Piranha. That's Harold and Kumar's Dreamweed. Actually, everybody should have a piece of Harold and Kumar's Dreamweed.
Yeah.
And then we have the bad. These are the hospital bands from The Gifted. That's for Polaris and for Blink. This guy, I'm almost surprised I missed that. That's an Iron Man 2 arc reactor from one of the suits.
Oh wow!
It does light up. But yeah, that's kind of a. Not everybody has one of those.
No.
Skull is from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, as well as back there that button. That's actually, as far as I know, there's only one of those out there. And that's the Cerebus Books button.
Mm-hmm.
And we have what else up there? Oh, the Reanimator badge. Actually, I think it's an ashtray. I'm not 100% certain, but it's like, you know, it's Dr. Henry Hill's head in the tray. The Vestron Video gave out, I guess, to people who were involved in the production. Interesting piece. Here's actually a couple more maybe that I missed. We got this guy's from Strain, and the gun itself there is from Space Above and Beyond. I think I covered just about everything that you would want to hear about anyway. I think so. Let me know if I missed anything. If there's any questions about.
No, that's a lot. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, and believe me, I have more. So I literally have like containers of costumes and stuff. I can't put it all out, man. It's that won't fit. So, and my wife has forbidden me from going above the stairs. So we stay in the cave, which is probably, it's kind of a good thing too, because like light is the enemy of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Temperature control and all that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to some questions.
Sure, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Heaven forbid, if your house ever caught on fire, what piece would you try to save? You can only save one piece.
Let's save one. The Bill and Ted bunny, Hell Bunny, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And A, because it would be easy to grab.
Yeah.
And B, because it's like iconic, and like it's like even more iconic than it from the film itself. It has like that it has that extra meme factor,
Mm-hmm.
And I love it.
Yeah.
It's just one of those gnarly things, man. It's like,
Yeah, that's cool.
Deacon's Easter basket.
Yeah. Can you tell us, if you're comfortable saying so, what the most expensive piece that you have is, or most valuable?
No, I honestly don't know. Because like that changes almost with every
that's
sale.
true. Or more.
So like this is like not one of those markets that's like there are 30 of them and everybody knows it's $250. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like more like it's like more like the demand is part of it, and
True.
also the hype and the buzz too. So that's like also kind of, so like say like for instance, Blade, the new Blade's coming out. So anything Blade will have that extra hype behind it, right, for price, even though it's artificial, right? But all that being said, it's probably one of these guys in this corner here.
Mm-hmm.
This basic like is probably the high dollar corner for me. So we're getting in like everything. a lot of things in that corner are over 10K collectively. So that they're not like trivial items. But I don't, it's hard to say. Like I don't think I've ever spent more than 10 or 12,000 at once.
Wow.
But I'm like a mid-sized. I'm like a medium-sized fish in a very, very, very deep pond.
Yeah.
You know, there's some collectors out there that are unbelievable. But
again, this is the first time we've done this, so I'm like blown away by what I've seen so far already. So I'm curious what like a large collector would even look like. But I'm sure there's always someone that has, you know, something bigger, but it's just
a lot of them
mind-boggling.
Will be careful, right? Because like we discussed earlier with private versus public pieces, right? Some of these guys who are big collectors, they're leery of putting it out there, right? Because they don't want anybody to come like, yeah, you stole that or it's stolen, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially when you're talking about some of these items that are I don't know, let's say Indiana Jones, for instance, say he has his BAPD pistol, right? That you acquired and you didn't get it from an auction, you got it from some, you know, that is the sort of thing that somebody might come and be like, hey, that's stolen, right? Because now we're talking it's a $150,000 pistol. Somebody's got something to say about it, you know? Yeah. Where if it was only a $120 pistol, I don't think we would give a shit, you know? I mean, maybe. Who knows?
What? So you sound like you get most of your stuff from auctions, or do you trade with other collectors? Where do you how do you source most of it?
I buy these days I buy a lot from other collectors, but I also I do buy auctions all the time. That's like a mainstay. I think almost all collectors are frequenters of like prop stores auction twice a year. VIP has regular auctions. Hanlon. There's David Brandon. There's many guys out there that are auctioning stuff, and they have decent reputations. Like, but the truth is that they've all at one time or another passed a fake. That's probably sometimes like you'll hear that like somebody flips out like, well, that guy sold a fake, and you're like they've all sold fakes at one time or another. It's just how you handle it, right? In the end.
Have you ever? Can you tell us the time that you've been scammed or got a fake by mistake?
I actually have never outright been scammed. I bought something that I thought maybe was gold and wasn't. And that was my own fault. Like I bought a mask that was it was made. I want to say Midnight Studios made the thing. I'm not trying to throw anybody, but it's just a matter of fact. They made a Warlock Mask for the Time Machine, and I saw this thing and I thought, well, man, maybe it's a background Warlock Mask, because somebody had written on the inside of the thing that it was like a name and there was like a scene number. Who knows? That could have been somebody's student project. That could have been any number of things, right? But the way it was marked, and you know, just my experience, I thought, well, maybe I found gold, and I bought the thing. Mind you, I didn't pay anything more than I probably would have paid for it new from Midnight Studios, I think it was, if I bought it from them. But just the same, you know, it sucks though. Like, oh, you think you got something, you really don't. You know,
yeah.
Once you like really start looking into it, like, this sucks. But and it took me a while. It took me probably a year and a half to confirm it definitely wasn't real.
Oh wow.
But it happens. You know, I think other people have been beat. I think if you play this game long enough, you will get beat in something. And it's just a question of like how bad is it? You know, especially if you're a little bit on the impetuous side when it comes to being a buyer. Right, like if you're the tendency to just leap without like being like, hang on to that for me for 48 hours while I look into it, make sure it's legit. If you're the kind of guy who doesn't do that necessarily, then you can get bitten pretty hard. But for the most part, like it's a pretty stand-up hobby, and most of the people are looking out for each other. I don't think any. And once you know the names, you can, if you're buying from anybody, you confirm, have you ever heard of this guy to another? Most of us all talk. So like, yeah, I've heard of that guy. I bought stuff from him in the past, or, you know, I know who owns that company, or, and that helps a lot, you know, like weed out crap. But the truth is you really got to get in there. Yeah. It's like anything else, right?
Right. Exactly. Do you have any holy grails that you're looking for?
Yeah, man. Hey, if anybody out there has a shotgun from, or how about anything from Constantine, contact me, and I am paying cash. Basically, that trades. I welcome trades. Yeah, but yeah, John Constantine is a personal favorite of mine, and I don't have anything from him, and I would like to remedy that situation as soon as humanly possible.
Well, especially since they announced the new one. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Well, I'm like a comic fan to the core, right, on that one. So I really like the television show. Let's make like a little sacrilege going on there, but like Keanu's great and all, but the dude from the television show, I can't remember the guy's name, Sam Fisher or something. That guy was great. He was perfect. But I'll take Keanu. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm happy to have him back. So,
I remember seeing the original movie like in the theater. I haven't seen it since. I remember it was good, but you know,
how about my opinion? That story, in the comics is like one of my top 5 favorite comic stories ever. It's just the greatest story, and they butchered it, like typical. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, especially for that time,
like cinematic or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or like it's moving too slow. But the truth is that story is excellent, and they just butchered it. Yeah. It's always good to see John win. You know.
All right. Well, I think that wraps up our time. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. I'm the_missing_collection, or you can find me on the Missing Collection on Facebook, or under my name, Patrick Hearty. Yeah, I'm not hiding. Come find me.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you so much for opening your vault to us and giving us a tour. And, you know, again, this is a new show. So if anybody is watching this and likes it and has their own collection, reach out to me. Again, this will be on YouTube, but you can find me on my regular podcast, Dads from the Crypt. We review Tales from the Crypt episodes and movies and do all kinds of fun stuff there. So you can find us at Crypt Dads on Twitter, Dads from the Crypt on Instagram, and our email is dadsfromthecrypt@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Great. Well, again, thank you for your time. And
thank you, man.
Yeah,
it's always fun to show it, man. The truth is, I don't get to show it enough.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know? You're one of those people that like is like pasty white because he just like hides in the dark and watches movies all the time. Yeah, I don't get to show it so much. So yeah, it's nice to show it to somebody.
Great. Well, hopefully we'll get lots of people look at this. So again, thank you for your time, and thank you everyone for watching. Have a good day.